Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Fox is here to have fun today, and I finally got done editing, rendering, and uploading all of my previously recorded Dyson Sphere Program footage. So rather than doing Infinite Expanse, which I have been recording, I'm just recording video of that, and I'll probably put together a montage of that at some point. We are going to be continuing off on the system, but as you can see, I last played this June 29th, and if my phone is to be believed, today is Wednesday, July 21st. So it's been almost a month since I played this this world. But yeah, whew, we are going to do this, and some progress is going to get made over here. Now, I look at some of this, and I'm like, oof, man. Like I said, it's been a month. I've watched a lot of Thrank's streams since then. I've done a lot of editing, had a lot of thoughts while I was editing. Had to go through all of the audio issues and post commentary and all of that good stuff. And yeah, so the last time I was playing, I realized that engines and turbines were a problem. I just definitely wasn't producing enough, and I really didn't want to bother trying to solve that problem over on, if I can see it from here, I guess I can't. Well, let me go to the star map. That'll over on Ty's Prime. I had engines set up over there, but it was way too compact. It was just penned in there, and it was not a good time. So I decided that I would come over here and do engines over here instead. And so that is basically what I did the last time. I set up magnets, set up iron ingots, some copper ingots. We made magnetic coils. We made gears. Shipped all of that stuff over here to make electric motors. Electric motors over here to make electric turbines. And the turbines are getting sent out, I believe, maybe. But anyways, I have had a lot of time to think about what I'm doing here, and we are going to be doing some things differently. I am actually going to move all of the production on Ty's Prime that is not related to water or oil or coal, which is essentially energetic graphene. I'm going to move all of the production that's related to iron, copper, silicon, titanium, and even stone over here to Ty's 1 Molten Hell, simply because there's a lot more iron ore here, there's a lot more copper here, there's actually some silicon here, there's titanium here, there's more stone ore here, and then also I have much higher solar energy ratio here than I do over on Ty's Prime. Now, Ty's Prime isn't bad. Again, it's got 100% wind energy, which is better than Molten Hell here. And it's got 103% solar energy, which isn't bad. But here I've got 118. And having watched Thranks do his streams, and also working on my Infinite Expanse so I can work on Dyson Spheres and figure out exactly how they work, I have noticed that the amount of power that I truly need for a lot of production is far larger than I had anticipated. And while I could still do all of it on Ty's Prime, it would get a little bit cramped, especially with the wind turbines and everything that are going on there. And yeah, there's stuff going on here with this this power grid as well. So I decided we're going to move a lot of that production over here. However, before I do that, I believe last time I mentioned that I was going to head on out to some other systems, and I am going to do that in this recording session. I believe I'm going to head to Gamma Serpentis, mainly because it has a ice giant, which will have fire ice in an unlimited supply, as well as some hydrogen. It has water oceans, so I can get water there. It's got crude oil, it's got fire ice deposits, it's got kimberlite ore, it's got organic crystals, and it's got spiniform stalagmite crystals. It's just got so many rare resources, I cannot possibly ignore it. The only thing that would really make me want to go to Markab more than Gamma Serpentis would be the sulfuric acid ocean. But at the end of the day, acid is really just stone, oil, and water. Water is infinite. Oil is technically an infinite resource, even though it will slow down eventually. And stone, well, stone's not really a massive deal. So, yeah, we're going to go over there. However, before I do that, I have created a checklist of various items that I need to prepare in order to be ready to head out and get a good old outpost set up in Gamma Serpentis. So let me go ahead and go through the checklist here of things I need. So I need to have about 200 logistics drones, and I do not have anywhere near that amount. So what do I need? I need processors, I need thrusters, and I need iron ingots. So I've got 100 thrusters, so that would make me 50 of these. So I guess I would need about another 200 and, I don't know, 250-ish thrusters, something like that. Well, I've got the steel and I've got the copper ingots here, so let's go ahead and do this. And grabbing that steel is going to make these produce steel. It's going to choke this. That's okay for right now. And the copper ingots. Let's go ahead and grab copper ingots from over here. Just because I already know copper ingots are no problem over here. And I don't want to choke out the system over where I'm making motors. They're a little bit more important. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some thrusters here. And let me see, that was 100. What did I say I needed? About 250 more, so I need about 350 so I can make 175-ish. More drones, I believe. I believe that's what I was talking about. But we need more copper ingots. More copper ingots are required. Yes, indeed. So anyways, yeah, I've been posting all of the footage that I have. I never imagined that it would be like 50 some odd episodes of footage, but it was. And one of the folks who've been watching my videos, I believe his name was Lynn something. I may be incorrect there, and I apologize if I am. He was a little upset with me about the scale of production. He felt that at this point in time, my production should really be a lot higher level. It should be way more extensive. And I understand why he was saying that. Absolutely, I have been going the slow route. And it is not because I enjoy watching paint dry, as he so eloquently put. It's because I have a very specific purpose with how I'm trying to do these things. There's a number of different ways that you could essentially play this game. I mean, the first and most obvious way to play the game is just have fun, and how you have fun is totally up to you. However, there's a couple of different ideas and methodologies that you would potentially go into, and I think the one that he subscribes to is, you should try to, blast through early game as quickly as possible, so you can start making Dyson spheres and antimatter and doing all of these other things. He wants to get to the end game, get to the parts that he considers good and all of that. And that's totally fine. I understand that. However, I'm kind of playing this with the idea of I'm trying to set myself up to have the best possible high score in terms of the power that I can produce from this system. And the way that I'm going about that is I'm trying to spend as few resources as possible while I am going through the tech tree and unlocking a whole bunch of these things. I want to get this tech tree all the way over to universe matrices, having spent as few resources as I possibly can. And so that's why I haven't really been ramping up production. And it's kind of a similar idea to, and actually while I'm thinking about this, let's go ahead and take a look at some research that I could potentially do. Anything that doesn't require green research, I should probably go ahead and queue up. So we'll do a couple of those. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do these as well. That requires that. Okay, so... But anyways, and the reason why I'm trying to do that is because the resources that you have in your game are finite. Now, they don't seem like that. Again, I mean, even on this world, I've got 21 million iron, 19.5 million copper, 11.5 million titanium. I have a lot of resources on this planet. And the way it actually works is the further out in your quadrant you go, the more resources these systems are, or these star systems are actually supposed to have. So you might get to say this B-type star over at Maya, and this particular system might have like 200 million iron ore or something. And then later in the game, when you have Bane's utilization up to like level 37 or even higher, right now I am at level, what am I at, level 5? Level 4? Right now I am using 78% of my ore. So essentially, I have an extra 20% ore in every single one of these veins. So even though this says right here it's 1.2 million ore, I will actually get a lot more ore out of that. Now, when you get to like level 37, I believe your ore consumption goes down to 10%, roughly. I don't have my spreadsheet out in front of me. But yeah, so 10% means that this resource node, instead of having 1.2 million titanium, you'd be able to extract 12 million titanium out of that. So you would think with the Bane's utilization essentially being infinite research, you could just research that and then essentially never run out of resources. And effectively, you might be correct, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's going to take a very long time to deplete all of the resources in a system, or in your star cluster, in a quadrant. It will take a very long time to do that. Absolutely it will. I will not deny that, and I will not deny the fact that a lot of players will probably never ever get to that point. Those are all fair points. Those are all very valid things to argue. However, if you're going for a high score, at the end of the day, the people who are going to have the highest scores are going to be the people who commit to playing a single star cluster until they've literally run out of resources everywhere. Until they've literally put like the maximum number of Dyson Sphere layers on every single star that they possibly can. And that's going to take hundreds, thousands, perhaps even 10,000 or more hours in a single playthrough. So I'm just kind of thinking about that, and I'm trying to get into that mindset, even though I'm not going to be doing that for this playthrough, because it's still in early access, and we're going to have to start over once things like combat and stuff get in the game. Not because they'll break the save, but just because they won't be enabled in this game, in this playthrough, because I have to start a new game to enable that particular feature when that comes out. So I will be starting over long before then. I will not get to a high score on here, but that's the kind of mindset that I'm trying to consider, that I'm trying to get to, in order to put myself in the best possible position in order to achieve my goal of having a really high score. So that's why I'm going slow, and that's why I am taking my time. You also have to remember, I don't know if you actually watched all parts of the episodes, Lynn, but this is my first playthrough of this game, and in fact, I've never played Satisfactory. I've never played Factorio. I've never played games like this, at least not in the modern era. The last game like this that I played was Open TTD, which, if you're not familiar with, is Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, which is a game from like the 90s. So depending on how old you are, the last time I played a game like this may have been before you were born. I do not know, but yeah. So just be aware of that. Cut me some slack, okay? A little bit of slack. So anyways, yeah. I need to wait for these things to be produced. Unfortunately, this is taking a while. So I will probably actually go ahead and cut at some point here. when I have managed to complete all of this, I do need processors. Now, unfortunately, my processor production and my processor consumption are not at all even close to one another. Let me go ahead and... Production ascending. Descending? I wish there was a... all I really want here is alphabetical order. That way I can find things a whole lot easier. But if I go to processors and I go to entire star cluster... processors, where are you at? I think they moved down the list here a little bit. I'm actually not I'm not consuming any processors? That can't be right. Oh, well, I'm probably not making purple research right now. Okay. I guess that would be right then. I suppose I should head on over to Ties Prime then. In order to find my processors. Now, where on earth is Ties Prime? I think I saw... There it is. There it is! Okay, so we are back over here. Where titanium glass was being made. Okay, good. And let me go ahead and get started on a couple of things here. So processors, I need several of you. Take like 300. And then I also need some iron ingots. Iron ingots are way over here. God, this thing is ugly. And all of this, like I said, all of this production, this is all going to get shipped off to Ties 1. It's going to get shipped off to Molten Hell at some point here in the near future. So, yeah, that's going to be a major change. I don't know if I'll get to doing all of that in this recording session, but I will do my damnedest to try and get a lot of these things done. Alright, I can move faster, thank you. Okay, so that's 156, 155, that'll get me to 180. That gets me to 190. That'll get me to 200, and that's going to take a while to produce. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing on my checklist. My next thing is 50 logistics vessels. Now I have 5, so I need 45 more. Okay, do I have reinforced thrusters in my inventory? I do not. So I need 45, which means I need 90 of you guys. Okay, so 90 of those will allow me to make 45 of these. Good. And then after that, I need 10 orbital logistics stations. Yeah, that's a doozy. Because for 10 orbital logistics stations, I need to create 10 of these to turn into 10 of these, so I can make 10 of these. Ooh, that's a long checklist. A lot of steel, a lot of titanium ingots, a lot of processors, and a lot of particle containers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of those things done. So I need 10 of those, so I'm going to need 400 processors. And that's way more than I need, but I'm going to need it for other things as well. So I need 400 processors, I'm going to need 200 particle containers, 400 particle containers. Okay, so 400 particle containers, of which I know I most definitely do not have in storage. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, never mind. I really thought oh, that's right, because I cut this off. That's right. Okay, how much deuterium do I have in there? I have a pretty good amount of deuterium. And then you are just iron ingots. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and... I think this is the main thing that's been constricting my titanium, or my my gravity matrix production. I can't make gravity lenses without strange matter. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And quantum chips, honestly, I want quantum chips being made as much as possible. I just need to find a good way to buffer them so that they can continue getting made all of the time. So I guess what I'll go ahead and do is put this down. And I'll say you and you go ahead and, you know, grab those things. And then the other one, we'll put them back out onto the belt. So this way, these will get produced, and I'll just have excess quantum chips. And yeah, okay. And obviously, like I said, you know, a lot of this is not optimal at all. I'm just kind of letting things trickle through. A lot of this is broken because of various things that I just did not produce enough of. And that's okay for now. It will be getting fixed later. I promise you, it will be getting fixed later. Yeah, graphene is broken over here because I'm not producing... or rather, I'm producing graphene. However, a lot of the graphene is getting sent over here to make carbon nanotubes. And the carbon nanotubes are getting sent over here so I can continue making particle broadband so that I can continue making these things. So, it's far from ideal, but that is okay. It's okay for now. It won't be okay long term, but for now, it's okay. We can deal with it. So for 10 of these, I need 400 titanium alloy. I absolutely have that. I'm gonna need 200 more reinforced thrusters. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay, well then. I need many more of these electromagnetic turbines then. Many, many more. And I'm gonna need many more of these titanium alloy. So that needs to go up to 290. Oakley dokley, 290 reinforced thrusters it is. Whew, this list is extensive. It's very extensive. Okay, and then other than that, I'm gonna need 500 supermagnetic rings and 200 full accumulators. Okay. Two, three, four, 5. 200 full accumulators. 1, 2, 3, 4. How is my power grid doing over here? Not so hot sometimes. Mainly because these are running. That is what's killing power a lot of the time. But it's okay. I can deal with this for the time being. So that should be everything that I need for the 10 orbital logistics stations. And then I need, beyond that, an additional 5 interplanetary logistics stations. So that'll be another 200 of these. And then an additional 200 titanium alloy. Okay. I think that's most of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the 20 chemical plants. That's the next thing on my list. I need 20 chemical plants, and a lot of that is bricks, glass, and circuit boards? Okay. So for 20, I need 40 circuit boards. I've got that. I'll need 160 glass, which I can make from the stone that I have. Bricks I can make from the stone that I have. And steel is actually pretty plentiful back on the other planet. Okay, so steel again, titanium again. The last thing on my checklist is 10 normal planetary logistics hubs. So I'll need 400 more steel, 400 more titanium ingots, 400 more processors, and 200 more particle containers. So let's go ahead and get the particle containers whilst I still have them over here. And then beyond that, we'll go ahead and grab the processors. So, yeah, the rest of the stuff that I need should be back on Ties 1, Molten Hell.